is the ultimate guide to Yangyang Xuanling, a brief overview of everything you need to know. Let's go! Yangyang Xuanling relies on two mechanics, as the feathers, which enable special attacks, and havoc dots, which boost her damage output, with the vast majority of her damage coming from heavy attacks. Regarding weapons, only one of the sword, key ones, provides heavy attack damages bonuses, so it still trades Yangyang's signature weapons by 9%. Swords of Xuanling, Amos, Kiyuki, and Camellia falls 15% behind. The best free-to-play option, Standard V1, is 16% behind, and the Somnoir weapon is 20% behind. Now on to dupes. Standard for DPS, S1 provides interruption immunity, S3 grants greater independence, meaning the performance gain is more significant without Shisa or Suisui, and S6 speaks for itself. Regarding echoes, there isn't much debate on the set. The 5-piece Song of Feathered Trace is the way to go. For the 4-cost echo, the standard rules applies. That will be crit rate or crit damage opposite to your weapon, also crit rate if your weapon lacks a crit stat. For 3-cost echoes, running 2 Havoc pieces is your best bet when paired with 3-3, otherwise, the difference between a 1 Havoc 1 attack split and a 2 Havoc setup is negligible, though 2 Havoc generally remains the superior choice. As for substats, with crit remaining the preferred choice, you should aim for 75-80% crit rate out of combat and around 270 to 280% crit damage, along with 1 roll into ER. Once you have solid substat, here is the relative gain of minor upgrade. This obviously varies depending on your specific subset, but the general idea remains the same. Prioritize 80% crit rate, followed by attack percentage and flat attack, then damage bonus and crit damage. Crit damage is less impactful here because 49% of the damage output completely overcaps crit damage. Now it's time for teams. Okay, my bad. I prefer the 25-second version. I'll leave it up there, pause the video if you want to see how your team stacks up, but I'll use an easier graph. Here is how each character performs on average. You can see that the support is the deciding factor, mainly because we lack a sub DPS or a dot havoc buffer. We'll see once those options appear. For Shorekeeper and Verina, when paired with Mortify, the rotation are far too short, so you'll need to compensate by spending more time with Yangyang. So for now, the team of Yangyang Xuanling, Linai and Suisui is the best. Well, technically it's Linai and Chisa right now, but that will change as soon as Suisui is released. As for gameplay, start with the intro and the echo. Spam normal attacks to use up your melody, and then the skill, then chain into a heavy attack. You can simply hold the button down throughout the heavy attack sequence. The trick is to use your liberation before the buff expires, even if it means cancelling the final hit. Just don't do this in Whimpering Wastes. If mobs are gone from the liberation direct hit, you won't be able to refresh the buff anyway. After the liberation, skill into heavy attack, and finally the outro, and you're done. It's important not to switch stances between rotation, as the heavy attacks buff have individual 25-second cooldowns. I feel like I've talked a bit too much about the gameplay. It's not really my forte. Get it? Forte? Well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye bye!